think they made mention of on Joe Rogan, and it's one of those things where I listened to it. I mean, the whole interview is like an hour long, but I listened to like the section I gave you is like 10 or whatever minutes.
It's the Cliff Notes version.
Yeah, it was just a small portion of it, and the interview is from a KGB defector in like 1985.
Yeah, I saw that.
And boy, he talks about everything he talks about is like, if that's not today, well, I don't know what is, but it's really interesting. I haven't listened to the whole hour-long thing yet, but
I'll have to check it out.
no, what I wanted, I got something special to show you. And what I want is, I'm just gonna.
I want to see it.
Are you ready for this?
Mortal Kombat! You know what they should have had one of them people do? Poke the lady in the butt with their head. You've been vaxxed. She's vaxxed.
So,
What the fuck?
all right.
Sketch comedy at its best.
So, I was folding laundry, and this just popped up. I don't even remember why. It popped up on my just random feed of YouTube videos playing one after another. My legitimate reaction to it was, I felt my jaw go slack. I did not mean for that reaction at all. I was so dumbfounded about, the fuck am I watching? What is this? I remember when Steve Carell was hilarious. Or not Steve Carell. He's not Steve Carell. What the hell is his name? Jon Stewart.
Jon Stewart
brought
The
him
Tonight
on.
Show.
Steve Carell is someone completely different. This is Stephen Colbert.
Stephen Colbert, yes, I am sorry. Stephen Colbert actually started, really quick little history lesson for the folks out there, especially the younger generation that doesn't know Stephen Colbert.
Right.
He started on The Tonight Show with Jon Stewart as like the field reporter / like almost special announcer.
Yeah, he'd do like little segments and stuff. They'd kind of
Yeah,
branch out
like
to him
in
on
the
side.
field or
Yeah.
like a side story. You know, and they always worked well together. Stephen Colbert, Jon Stewart, they were good. That was a good combination.
Aren't comedians supposed to be edgy?
Yes.
Aren't they supposed
Well,
to say things that are taboo?
I don't think it's edgy as much. I mean, edgy is an angle a comedian can take. Taboo is an angle a comedian can take. Deliverance.
What other comedians, like just as examples, that didn't kind of just say things that everyone thought but no one actually said?
Well, look at. I think every comedian goes through what I call phases on what they find works for them. Like Robin Williams, who was the guy who did Jim Carrey starred as him in a movie. He was the actor from Taxi.
Not movies, because
that guy.
Movies and
Well, hold on, because he was a comedian.
they're all comedians, but if you're talking about comedians and movies, that's something completely different.
Well, no. Jim Carrey played him in a movie, Man on the Moon or something like that. It was like his life.
Kaufman?
What was it?
Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman. He never really like.
Andy Kaufman did. That was something beyond pushing boundaries. Like Andy Kaufman would like piss so many people off.
That's
But
it.
again, that was all like taboo and just like being edgy and
Louis
that's
Black.
What I mean.
Yeah, screams. Yeah, he'll talk about things that are edgy or maybe a little sensitive to the public.
He's always been political satire.
But
so.
it's his delivery.
But I mean subject matter, like just.
Yeah, well then if you're talking about just subject matter, yes, every comedian has to say something taboo or edgy.
That's what
or push the boundaries.
That's what I figure. Like I mean.
100%.
You might get knock jokes or something.
Like
but.
Dane Cook is one of the few, I think, that will kind of dabble.
No, because he'll talk about herpes and things like that.
Yeah, like
to the college crowd, which is like he says all the time.
like the one guy's like, yeah, bro, tell that bitch to get the jelly.
Yeah, but even in his things, that was all things that were taboo for college, the college scene, the high school scene, like right after, like right in that age group, like the early and mid 20s. I don't know of any comedians that aren't edgy, that are funny. I remember when Stephen Colbert was funny, like, and then this is like, man, it makes me sad because like you just become like a propaganda thing, like a walking billboard now.
I don't know. I think that's kind of one of those it teeters sketches, because from those I can't tell if he's anti or pro.
It said right in it. He said, "What are you waiting for?" Like he says all the time.
Yeah, because
he says all the time in his show, like, "What the hell are you waiting for? Like, what? Why aren't you the rest of you getting vaccinated?"
Yeah, but you also have to remember it's the Colbert Report is supposed to be a comedy show.
But that was the Colbert Report. Now he's like late night TV.
Oh, like talk show host.
Yeah.
No shit. I see. I've kind of fallen out of touch with that.
I don't watch it. Just every now and again it pops up on YouTube, and yeah, he's that's what he is. Talk show host now.
Well, I mean, I don't know if he's pushing it as much as it sounds to me more like he's trying to make light of it. Like, look, we understand the vaccine's a serious thing, and people are getting kind of pushy. Like, there was one, I was watching a video of a governor, I forgot what state it was. He referenced World War II, I think is what, no, Pearl Harbor. World War II, yeah. He referenced the law that was enacted during that time where they detained all Japanese Americans because they were a threat, et cetera, et cetera. He's talking about he found the political loopholes to be able to enact it for the non-vaccinated. Like he's gonna put the non-vaccinated.
Yeah, it's a big conspiracy thing
in detention. No, dude! I will do the research and I will update the community, the fan base, our viewers at home.
You might not need to, because I was just talking to my father today. He's big in like conspiracy theories and everything. He's like, yeah, maybe I'll come on. I'm gonna shoot the shit.
I would love to hear that. I'd love to be here for that. Even if I'm not in here, I'd like to be I'll be the cameraman, like our our chained and bound gag cameraman over there. He's gotta feed him, dude. Look, he's looking a little peakish.
He's fine.
All right, let's deal with it.
I like how you just change your tone. Oh, are you hungry? He's fine. You're fine.
No, but
he said he was good. He was like, yeah, maybe I'll come on. I was like, absolutely.
Yeah, I'd like to hear that. But so yeah, like this governor or whatever he is talking about how he's found the loopholes to be able to do it. And I'm like, I would love to see that hat try. I'd love to see him try. That's gonna be the spark that ignites the fire. I mean, we already got smoke, and where there's smoke, there's fire, and all we're waiting for is that one spark. Like we were talking about before on the previous cast about country divided, the shakiness of the way the world of the America is right now.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting at is with the seriousness of everything right now, how you got too many people for it, too many people against it, the severity as to what they're going to try to push this vaccine. I think I'm still not interested in the vaccine. And like I said, it's not because the science is there on both sides. There really is. But at that,
we hear science, versions of science
from both sides, correct?
From both sides. Who the hell's right? I don't know.
But okay, so that factor consider that as a factor. Yeah, that made sense.
Well, I think you just said the same thing.
I wish we had 3 times. We should get subtitles. We should get subtitles. Just kind of the ball, even the ball, kind of like.
The ball just like kind of bounces off screen.
It gets it bounces, and then stops, gets a load, and then goes again. No, but it's nice to see that somebody is trying to make a little light of it.
I hope you're right, because the first thing I got was like just propaganda. I'm like, come on.
Well, we should hashtag Steve Colbert with this. Hashtag Steve Colbert, just to get a reaction. I don't want like an argument, because the guy's fucking famous. The guy's great. I love his old stuff, his comedic, the comedic stuff he did in the past. It's great. But I would love to see a reaction off something like that. We do reference somebody to say, let's get some light on, let's get some information on this. Like if we can tag Steve Colbert in this and get a reaction, like, hey guys, I appreciate the shout out.
He sends anthrax to my house.
I'll open it up and snort it. I mean, these nostrils. Oh yeah, I just sniffed someone's freaking mic to their freaking face because I did it so hard. Like, these nostrils are like choo-choo trains. Trains leaving the station.
Like playing with them tunnels, do you? Like those flesh tunnels?
Oh.
No. I don't know.
No, but that's cool. That was, like I said, I'm still not interested in it, but it was nice to see somebody make some light of it in a manner that is just kind of like, chuckable. Like, I'm still not interested in getting the vaccine, but that made me chuckle a little bit.
I saw a book up in school, and I thought I was gonna flip my shit. It said the title of it was something along the lines of like, why is Jimmy or Tim or something like that in the girls' bathroom? That's the first reaction I had. Did my eyes pop that much? I didn't even mean for it. Yeah. I saw it. I'm like, if I open this book and it's pushing, like, this is, mind you, this was in the elementary school. I was up there. I closed the school yesterday. I think it was yesterday.
Yeah,
yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. And it was like the second grade wing. So I saw the title, my head started spinning. I'm like, all right, if I open this up and this is pushing like transgender on fucking second graders, like, I would be fucking furious.
Well, okay, so, that's like, there's not a situation. There is a student in the middle school grades, 6th, 7th, and 8th, that is transgender. This child is transitioning.
Mm-hmm.
And upon asking a few questions, a lot of them were like, okay. So he or she or they, they refer the people that I asked, they're referring to this child as they. And it's sad that these people have never been exposed to any of this. They're in that age group where...
Wait, these people who?
The students.
Oh.
A lot of these students are referring to this child as they. Like, they're fine. They're a normal student. They're pretty cool. Talk to this person all the time. Hang out with this person. Play sports with this person. Eat lunch with this person. It's sad that a generation that is completely unaware of what's going on in the adult world is doing what they are trying to force down these people's throats without having ever been exposed to it. Now that second year, that elementary school book situation you were just talking about, that's a little excessive.
It wasn't that. It was about a kid that was constantly in trouble, and the girl in it was trying to right him his wrongs, like send him in the right direction.
You read the book?
No, I just read the summary in the back. I open it up, I'm like, and I look at it, I'm like, boy, that's a really misleading title in this day and age.
Yeah, but that's just it.
But then it gets mentioned, so you know.
No, but that's just
marketing.
It. Yeah, but that's just it. So it's like, it's crazy. People are like, the world needs to be more tolerant, and it's like, you know what? Maybe it's not the world that needs to be more tolerant. Maybe it's you trying to push your agenda. Needs to.
That's the problem.
Open your eyes and
everything.
Well, you need to open your eyes. Stop and open your eyes and see what the hell's going on around you, because a lot of this stuff is happening. So what are you pushing for?
Yeah, like I think maybe if things weren't, but maybe I'm wrong though. I don't know. If things weren't brought to light so much the way they are and kind of put on a pedestal, for lack of a better term, just kind of shoved as like, look at how great they are doing this.
Okay. Look how great they are doing this. Well, they're naturally this and they accept this. That's why they're better at it. No, there's no better or worse.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy. But yeah, man, I even think, going real side note, I even think there's a few you could add to your collection.
Where?
NECAs. There's
Yeah, what is there?
Um,
It's the second time today and the second podcast today I've veered off into NECAs and figures.
I don't know, dude. There's a few xenomorphs.
Really? Yeah.
Yep, there was a few.
I want to get
xenomorphs.
an original though. That's what I'd like to get.
There was the first one. I thought about actually grabbing it for you.
That's the
And I'm
only
like,
one I want.
I don't know if he has it or not. And now that I'm looking, I realize you don't.
The City Hunter Predator.
Yep, they also
The people, like, I'm looking off
Pennywise.
camera right now.
new and old. They actually had 3 old Pennywises and 1 new Pennywise.
I wouldn't mind either Pennywise. I don't like. That's not one I'm like really seeking, but that's also not one.
Yeah,
like,
but it does
I don't
kind of
like,
fall into soup.
yeah, and that I don't like. It's not that I. Really
I mean,
care whether
technically-
or not I get it.
That motherfucker beat Jason.
When, not even in the same.
Body count? Pennywise has got him beat. Jason's like, what, 160-something victims?
Something like that. It's like 160.
Pennywise was doing that
like
every
that.
28 years for centuries.
Yeah, but we have this discussion before. I think it was on a commentary we had. Like, if we went by that logic, then Dracula kind of trumps all of them. A few
But does he
fold.
kill them? Or does he turn them into vampires?
That's the question. If he, same as the
Like,
Living
is
Dead.
it really molestation if my scoutmaster did it in a tent when no one was watching versus on camera and sold the video?
If a tree falls in the woods, does it make a sound?
It does. When I read. At least I did.
Trouble. The Living Dead is another one. If a zombie bites you and kills you, but then you come back to a life dead, are you dead? Is that a kill count? Does that count?
I think it's.
Or are you just another? Did you evolve into a different species?
Are you another sheep?
Yeah.
So yeah, that segues right back into the vaccine.
Funny you say sheep because that whole, like especially the original and the original Dawn of the Dead was like a satire on like people's consumerism and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it took place in a mall,
Yep.
and everyone just like.
And then when you actually go to a mall, you're like, "This is real."
Oh, I'm in the movie.
Want to
Well,
try?
nowadays everyone's just bent over like bananas, like just a bunch of bananas walking, looking at their phones.
I'm a banana. What? I'm a banana. No, you're not. I'm a banana.
Yeah. What happened
play
to your
that.
clothes?
You should play that video
God. They
for the kids at home. Oh,
man.
really quick, talking. Just a little side note. This is gonna be a bounce cast.
yeah.
I was at the
Get it out.
GameStop
That
today.
thing's loading again.
Yeah, was at the GameStop today, and
They're still open.
yeah, hell yeah, man. In there looking, and I'm like, oh man, that's some cool stuff. Zelda this, Mario that. I'm like, oh, new stuff, this, that. And I was like, oh, wait. Oh, no, those aren't the Switch games. Those are the DS games. That's why they're so cheap. There's a kid on the other side. He's like 20-something. He goes, he's 20. 20 on the dot. Because he told me. He goes, yeah, man.
I'm 20.
Those are cool.
Hey, listen.
He goes, yeah, man, those are cool. DS is pretty cool, man. I remember the first handheld I ever had, it was a hand-me-down. Like, the DS was already coming out or something like that. Or the next best thing was Game Boy Advance. And I'm like, wait, what did you have first? It was Game Boy Color, man. Like, the first one. I'm like, no, it wasn't. He goes, no, it was. It was like the first one you had to, like, lead. I'm like, no, stop. Listen, how old are you? He goes, I'm 20, man. I'm like, okay, let me tell you, the first Game Boy was a goddamn cinder block.
Green.
It was gray.
And, I mean,
The
the
big
screen
gray-
was
yeah.
green and
No light.
and grayish, blackish lines.
You had 4 AA batteries, and if you played it
And
straight, it lasted like 2 hours.
Yeah, it would suck them dry real quick.
He goes, what? So I showed him on my phone. He goes, oh, shit, man. It's like, those things even exist. I'm like, yeah, you can still find them.
And they're doorstops now.
What are you talking? Fuck, no. I have mine. I would play mine if I had better games for it. I have some of the fucking knockoff games.
Yeah,
That didn't matter.
an emulator. You don't need any of that
Man,
stuff.
I gotta get an
Just
emulator.
easier.
Yeah.
Speaking of Zelda,
Glitz
did
of
you
this.
see there's an independent developer, designer, I'm not going to say developer, programmer who is taking the Ocarina of Time
And remastering it.
into like PS4 at least graphics.
Mm-hmm.
You see, he did like what, the Kakariko Village or the
Yes.
the Temple of Time.
It's a remaster. Yes, 100%. I want to say remake, remaster.
Looks phenomenal.
I only know that because Legend of Dragoon, game you probably wouldn't know anything about.
Yeah, I don't know Dragoons. It's been a coon's age since I heard that. What are you looking at?
Nothing. Love Days of the Dead. Nice. So yeah. No. Legend of Dragoon.
That's right.
It was an RPG. It was supposed to be like the game that took the Final Fantasy series off its throne. Because at that point, Final Fantasy VII had already come out. It was killing it.
Like the real 7? Or like the... Wait, no, the American 7 was the real 7, wasn't it?
Yeah,
because it went, what, 137?
No.
In the States?
No. It was 1, 3, 5, 6, 7.
In the States?
In the States.
But that was...
Because one...
I used to remember...
One, no,
I
one...
can't remember what it was anymore.
1 was 1 for both. 2 became 3 in America. 4 became 5 in America. And then at that point, everyone was caught up and said, screw it, we're going on to 6.
Oh, God.
6 was the last one for the old gen console. Nintendo, Super Nintendo.
Why do these companies do this? They do it with movies. They do it with games.
Final Fantasy VII, when Sony got their hands on the rights to make it, boom, eruption. But I digress. Excuse me. So it's sorry, I had to burp a little bit there. I'm drinking skeleton souls.
It's
Souls
Eagle
of-
Semen.
Souls of no, that's the other one. This is
what's that?
Juice Mango Loco. This is made from the souls of my fallen.
Of course it is.
Souls of my fallen victims.
Oh, fallen victims. No, that's Mango Loco.
Crazy mango.
Like
crazy.
a Spanish woman skeleton on the side there.
Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead Skull, man. Fuck you. This guy's guy. See, he's not wearing a bra, unless I assume the gender. And
A gold tooth too.
So yeah, Legend of Dragoon. There's a like an indie game company that is working on it. They're not remaking it for selling.
Who? What? The
Legend of Dragoon.
oh.
That's why I knew of the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remaster, like the attempt to remaster. An indie programmer is doing that one because I keep up on all these. I love reading those articles, seeing the old games. Like I would love to see these games with today's shit,
Yeah. That'd be
today's
fantastic.
polish. Oh
Like Goldeneye.
yes,
They did Goldeneye?
Odd Job. Fuck any.
That's actually
Hold
one-
on, real quick. Fuck all of you who only ever used Odd Job. Fucking assholes. Couldn't look down enough to fucking shoot the fucker, so he'd be like the one guy to win every match.
That's when you just use RPGs for the whole round. Just run around corner. Doesn't matter.
I'll die too. Pff, see ya.
Yeah. For science.
For science.
I that would be one if Treyarch got a hold of GoldenEye to redo it.
Oh,
I
God.
wouldn't mind that.
So would I, dude. I would love that. Treyarch, I've always been more of a fan of theirs. No offense. I love Activision and Infinity Ward. Good game developers.
Infinity
Great.
Ward's good too.
But the Treyarch versions of the Call of Duty games have always been just more easy feel for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Just I could jump into them.
Their zombies are good too.
Yeah,
And they're the ones that really revolutionized zombies.
Yeah, they did. They knocked Deer and Toten. Knocked Deer and Toten the first one.
Yeah.
And it was
four
when it was
rooms.
Nazi zombies,
Yeah.
which is what it was straight up called. And then somehow, some way, which is weird because everyone's all racist, this Nazi that shit going on. At one point, America, people got butthurt because the game was called Nazi Zombies, which is why it became zombies.
But that's what it was. They're all Nazi zombies.
But that's just it. People somehow, some way got bugged that the name Nazi was in there. So they knocked it off. It became zombies.
What's stupid is that there's still swastika flags and everything in the game when you're playing it.
But you can't call them Nazi zombies because they're not Nazi zombies.
It's so stupid.
So fun.
I like it when things are logical. It makes it fun.
So awesome. Then they gave it all stories and shit.
I suppose that's okay. Sometimes I think about playing through the stories, but I never actually get past the thought process part. I'm like, do I really want to put in that kind of effort?
It was cool when... So, there's two versions. The original story, the original zombies, the voice you would hear, I forgot the little girl's name. Do you remember?
From the very first
one?
From
the very beginning.
I can't remember.
It was like someone's daughter. And you'd hear the hee laugh and stuff like that.
Oh, you're all right. Yeah. With the mystery box and all that?
Yes. It was a little girl.
Yeah. Wasn't it the
Sarah or Susie or something like that? Yes. It was not Rick Toffan's daughter. It was, because if you remember when you first started hearing names, there was Rick Toffan.
That was Black Ops 2.
Yes. There was another partner. An older gentleman that worked with Rick Toffan. Well, the Zombies Origins, where...
They have an origin? Of course they do. Why would they have an Origins?
Remember, this is where you first, really... Oh, God, it was so good. It was the Avenged Sevenfold did the song for it. Shepherd of Fire. So
this is what, in the mid-2000s?
Black Ops 3, maybe.
Oh, 3?
Something like that.
Right. So that was
no, it was
that long
it was
ago.
before the bus, the terminal. It was before them.
That had
Black Ops 2.
Somewhere in between 2 and 3 then.
1 and 2 was what started.
Was 2 the terminal?
World at War was zombies, Nazi zombies.
Right.
Black Ops was Nazi zombies. Black Ops 2 was zombies, and that's where you started seeing these two storylines come in. That's why the zombies had different colored eyes. All the zombies before were just red glowing orange eyes. Then all of a sudden you saw zombies with blue eyes. Well, the story goes there was two different versions of the zombies because there was two people's stories. Whoever controlled the zombies. Rick Toffan was one of the... Hold on.
Just in this explanation, I'm already lost. I'm like, why? Can't we just have the undead in Nazi gear trying to kill you?
Hold on.
That's all you need.
Hold on.
This is what happens with all these franchises. They get so crazy and so elaborate that it's almost like they just forget where they came from. Like, I just want to kill the undead. I don't need little daughter girls running around and me trying to build the axle of a bus to make it go to the next town where there's lava. What about that one giant hillbilly thing or whatever? Remember in one of them where you have to go unlock him? He was this giant. He's in a prison cell and you're down in a mine or something like that, and he must be 9 or 10 feet tall. He's a simpleton.
I don't remember.
I think it was Black Ops 2 in one of the story modes.
So the Aether story apparently starts out from wow, that's the Black Ops. No, that's World at War. There's the Aether story, the Great War, Ultimate story. Hold on. Dr. Ludwig Maxis. That's the other doctor. The Deer Rice facility. Deer Rice.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that was a good one. Now, what's the daughter's name? That's no.
Deer Rice is the one we always played.
Yeah.
We got the circle thing going.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Not the circle jerk.
With the Wonder Waffle.
Yes.
Love that gun.
That was a great one.
It's my favorite gun ever.
Rick Toffan. There's Rick Toffan's name. What was the little girl's name?
Have you played the new Resident Evil with the giant 10-foot broad in it?
Oh, lady. What's her name?
Lady Giant Girl or something?
No, I know.
I don't know.
Hold on.
I see that, though. I'm like, that actually kind of looks interesting.
Samantha Maxis, Dr. Maxis' daughter. Richtofen was her friend.
Samantha, yeah.
Yes. And if you remember, you could probably put a little link to the video. There's, in the origins, where you see the story come from, there's the scene where at the end you see Samantha and Edward Richtofen playing together with the zombie toys.
Right. Yeah.
And you hear in the background, and Dr. Maxis, Samantha's grandfather or father, comes in and says, Samantha, we have to go.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah, because she's playing with all 4 of the characters.
And they're all orange eyes. And then Richtofen, the little boy playing with her, I think is with Richtofen, he's got one in his hands that has blue eyes.
Little stupid Easter eggs, huh?
Yep. And that was the first one I ever worked for that I got. The rest of the stories I've never done. Because if you remember, they had the celebrity one, Danny Trejo,
Yeah.
Robert Englund. No. What's his name? He plays in The Walking Dead. He played in the new Suicide Squad movie.
Oh, I don't know.
Dog. Have you seen the new Suicide Squad movie? Have you seen the new Suicide Squad movie?
No.
It's good, actually.
Yeah, a lot of people tell me it's good.
With John Cena, Idris Elba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peacemaker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's...
He looks like a giant silver condom.
You know what's sad? It's great because
A mushroom tip
there's something he says in that movie that's really a shout out to John Cena as a wrestler. John Cena Cena sucks dick, shit like that.
Yeah.
There's a part in that movie where Idris Elba goes, dude, you're the kind of guy that if I told you it would save liberty to eat a bag of dicks, you would. He goes, if this whole beach was a bag of dicks, I'd eat them for glory. I would eat every dick that I could see. Like he goes into this tangent about eating dicks. And I'm like,
what the hell?
the fuck? Cena sucks dick.
I heard that
I love John Cena though.
I heard that movie is really good.
Yeah.
Speaking of good movie,
There's also
movies. Venom is coming out.
It came out yesterday.
Did it? All right. There's that, and then there's Halloween Kills. It's coming out in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
And then I just found out today there's another fan-made Friday the 13th movie coming out the 29th of October. So I got it was Jason Rising, I think it's called.
This is the month for it.
Yeah. So I can't wait for that
But
one.
Venom 2
Have you
looks-
watched Never Hike Alone yet?
No.
No? Dude, it's on YouTube. It's a fan movie. It's fantastic.
Are you sure it's not going to be like that last one? The something zombies? The disabled zombies?
What?
The disabled toxic people or something like that?
Disabled toxic people.
Mentally disabled toxic people? What was that one you showed me on YouTube? You put the trailer in there?
Oh, that's the one that...
Yeah, what's that movie called?
I can't remember what that's called. That's the one that Ty found. And I just, out of shits and giggles, I looked up a trailer, and sure enough, there it was, and I sent it to you guys.
Yeah, you did.
Talk about just fucking...
Hold on.
It's the most low budget. My setup in cameras is eons above how they were shooting this movie. I cannot remember the name of it.
I'm going back to find it right now.
That was like a month ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a hard one to watch.
But you couldn't take your eyes away.
No, I could not. There it is.
What's it called? All right, so the name of the movie is called The Toxic Retards, and it's from 2015. But if you saw...
Watch the trailer, folks.
If you saw the trailer, you'd think it was shot in like 1988 on like one of those JVC home. Like
oh God, something Max. Remember Betamax? Betamax fucking camcorder.
Shot at 8mm.
You got the whole like the original VHS in there.
Yeah, the thing weighs
All
like
right, I got 12D batteries and let's go.
55 pounds. Like it looks so bad, but it was shot in 2015. It's
the worst part is
it's It's an experience. You should just watch a trailer.
Watch the trailer. Put the link in.
I will. Yeah.
Put that link in.
I'll
the
link the
description.
trailer in it, but it's an experience to watch. It's life changing.
And don't feel it's going to make you feel uncomfortable, and you're going to want to stop watching. Don't worry, you don't see his dick.
It's a fucking train wreck. You can't look away. You can't. You're like, oh my god, this
Even
is
with the guy. Even with the guy,
terrible.
Even with the guy running from the accident, like the train wreck with his arm hanging off, he's on fire, screaming, "Someone kill me, kill me!" You're like,
what do? You pull out your phone and record it. And be like,
I should help put him out of his misery.
shout out to Ray Ray. So, I'll link that one. You have to check that one out.
Yeah, please do.
Are you gonna go watch Halloween Kills?
Hell yeah.
October 15th. I cannot wait.
I'm gonna take the boy, the big one, to see Venom 2 soon.
I think that the way the trailer makes it look for this next Halloween movie, because of the whole lawsuit thing with Friday 13th, and Jason's been stagnant, pretty much dead in the water since 2009.
Oh, yeah, they finally killed him off, huh?
Pretty much. They found out his weakness. It's
Bad cinema.
long litigation. No, but the look of this new trailer, it looks like Michael Myers is about ready to take over that kills throne. Because I think he's in second place of all-time kills in like
Next
the
to
big-time
Jason,
thrashers with like 108 or 9 or
Yeah,
10
he
or
broke
something like
100.
that. Somewhere around there. And Jason's got like 144. Some people say like 161. I don't know. I haven't counted them all. There's a YouTube channel or a video that's gone kill to kill from number 1 all the way to the remake in 2009. But I think just looking.
Now wait, hold on a second. You want to get technical
Not
here?
talking about her mom.
The
Jason's
remake. No. Where it's Jason, the remake, right? Is that what you're talking about? Does that count towards his overall kill count, or does that wipe the first one where Jason kills out because that's a remake? And it's like his beginning.
No,
again.
because if he did that, most of the slashers would just be dwindled down to not a lot, as nearly as many. They're just talking about franchise kills.
Yeah, franchise kills. Okay.
But it looks like Michael Myers is getting ready to take over that throne, because just in the trailer alone, it looks like he knocks off 15 people. Like, it's a bloodbath. And I'm watching, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see what happens.
Nah, yeah, I want to see. Yeah, I definitely want to see that though. Looks like it's going to be a good one.
Oh, I'm pining to see that. Venom. What?
Real quick before I forget, they also had. I found Harry. Couldn't find Lloyd. Normal street clothes.
Oh,
Funkos.
You know, I saw them online and I almost picked them up. I just opted not to. Did you check eBay?
For what?
The Funkos you literally just mentioned.
No, I saw them.
Are you high?
I saw them at.
You're high as a kite. You're high as a fucking kite.
Illegal. No, I saw them at the store. Target.
Did you check eBay though?
No, I haven't checked them.
It'll probably be on there. Rich was just telling me about the Gunslinger Spawn he's looking for. That's a Target exclusive, I think. It's Target.
He collects Funkos?
Rich?
Yeah.
No. The
NECA.
Spawn. Just, yeah, sort of NECA and just wrestlers mostly. The Gunslinger Spawn he was looking for. And he said it's like $60 or $70, something like that on eBay. And I was just hunting around. I found one for $25, but it's bids. And those can get dangerous.
Set your max bid. Set your auto bid up to a certain max.
Yeah, I just
If it goes past that, let it
I
go.
don't bid at all until it's down to like the last 30 seconds.
Yeah.
That's a good way to drive up your own price.
Yeah.
I never bid. I watch things and
Oh, that's another thing I thought about grabbing you today. I saw a Derek Jeter Hall of Fame 2020 inauguration coin at the GameStop.
a coin. A GameStop?
Yeah.
Oh.
Came with its own little display stand and everything. I thought about grabbing it.
Oh my God, they got torched today, 12-2
Yeah.
against Tampa Bay. Oh boy, they're gonna be hard to beat.
No, but yeah, I gotta get my collection going.
A Funko?
Yeah, I mean up. I probably have 30 or 40
I only
Funkos at this
have
point.
the one. I'll probably only have that one.
Cara Dune until you give it to
Yeah,
me.
that's. until you replace it with like
A NECA Cara Dune.
no, oh my god, no, they don't have them. But there is the not as a Treadmaster. Whoever came out with the Star Wars figure, I want to say it was Treadmaster, but I think that was the old ones. But they're like $100 and some. You can't like the Funko Pop one. I was lucky to get like that price went up some, not anywhere near the Treadmasters or whatever one.
Yeah.
Enough to where I looked for it and I scrolled. I'm like, ain't gonna happen. I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not spending that.
That's insane.
What's the most price? What's the most price? what's the
I'll
most
pay
money
for it?
you've made?
Probably. I thought you meant pay for it.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's the most monies you've paid for whatever figure?
So because I'm more exclusive for the Funko, just because I like the cartoony characters and stuff. I came this close. Actually, I'm probably gonna go back up and get it tomorrow. Now that you mention it, because I'm pissed off. You remember when I beat you, Rich, and Tyler in video games?
Oh, the Trap Jaw, yeah.
They had the fucking mega huge one.
Really?
It's big, $30 at GameStop. I'm like, put little Trap Jaw next to big Trap Jaw. And I'm like, but then they also had Skeletor.
Oh,
they had
awesome.
Trap Jaw, and they had He-Man.
Oh,
I was like,
that's right, the Skeletor. I can remember that.
yeah, I thought about getting it, and I'm like,
Cheaper.
I don't want to pay $30, which is actually cheap.
For that big, but yeah, one of the
dude,
big ones that are like,
it's like this fucking huge.
yeah, that's dirt cheap.
But that's just it. Like, I don't want to start collecting the big ones till I have like a setup.
Well, you don't have to start collecting, but if you want that one big one, just buy the one.
Well, no,
big
because I
one.
want big ones. But I also want like
You
I
need
want
a fucking
I prefer little ones
shed.
because they don't hurt as much. What?
Yeah.
I meant big. Yeah, little Funkos.
Yeah. I mean, you do what you want with your figures, man. If you want
Fingers?
yeah, with whatever you want to do with your toys, you do whatever.
No, but I just like because like. For example, use your setup, all your little stuff, your bigger stuff. That's what I'd like to do. I don't mind collecting the little ones because I can pack them up, I can organize them, keep them here nice and neat. But having the big ones is going to throw that organization factor out because now I'm going to have to reorganize so everything packs up nice and neat and tight.
Right.
But when I have my own setup to where I can display, I can start collecting the big ones, put them in their own area, and basically have a bigger version of my organization factor of my little ones.
Mm. So, what's the most highest prices to one monies?
$15.
That's actually not bad.
I get lucky. Please.
Sometimes you can find them.
Oh, hey, I was telling people we're international, and they're like, "That's cool."
Yeah, actually, our German fan base grew. over
Really?
the last couple of days. Yeah,
It was like 2%.
It went from 3% to 6%.
Holy shit, Germany, you fucking rock!
I
Let's
think
start spreading the word.
I
man.
have
Let's
like
get across the world.
herpes and gonorrhea. I have like
How do you say her? Can someone in German just translate this?
dude, we have Google.
I know.
We have Google Translate.
Yeah, but I actually check out the comments. There's not very many, but I do look at all the comments for all of our
There's
videos.
not even comments on Spotify or anything. Oh, the videos.
On YouTube, yeah. I would love to get. I want someone to say, "Hey, Charlie, you know, I speak German. I'm from Germany.
Can you shut the fuck up?
How do you say cocaine in Germany? German. How do you say cocaine in the German language in the country of Germany? That's what I meant to say.
Oh, all
and
right.
it's 4 sentences put together. It's somehow. Fuck you.
I think the most I paid for a figure is pretty much all of those Universals.
Oh yeah,
They're all they hovered between 50 and 70 something, 78.
Original monsters. Yeah.
Those because they're not made anymore.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them that aren't made anymore that I have. Otherwise, there's a few NECAs that hovered right around 50. That Uber Jason.
Yeah.
That one is I believe it's a McFarlane, one of the Maniac ones, the movie Maniacs. That one is no longer made. It usually hovers right around $250, and I got it from a guy in London for $55 shipped. Took about 2 weeks to come in through customs, but yeah, I saw it there. It was like
it took about 2 weeks for me to come.
customs.
Custom. Oh,
You can't even. That doesn't. Whatever. Just because two things start with the letter C doesn't mean it works the same.
Yeah, your mic was just violated. I did that for you, Germany. Itchville.
Elvira, she was about 50.
I want to touch Elvira. Even Elvira today. Have you seen her? She's still a beautiful looking woman.
I know, 70 or 71.
Still a fucking attractive woman.
Elvira.
Shout out to Elvira.
I love you.
I love you too, the Mistress of the Dark.
No, I love Elvira.
I was talking to you.
Oh, why not?
I mean, I do love you, but that's just family.
But I don't have
stepbrother. I'm stuck.
Bella. That's like the third time that's been referenced today. All with different people.
Oh,
what is it about?
Stop putting your hand in the garbage disposal and stop climbing in the dryer.
What is it?
It's God forewarning you.
What is it about all these Pornhub broads that get stuck in vacant spaces by drapes on bedsides and trying to get things out of washers?
It's not that I don't.
And they
believe
get
in
stuck.
God, I just don't talk to him. Well, it's what the problem with porn? So unrealistic.
Now that stuff actually happens.
No, a plumber will never get to your house that fast.
That's true.
Or clean your pipes for free.
Well,
I know. I've tried. I got pepper sprayed, and the cops called on me.
In your own house.
Yeah,
because the plumber came over and you tried to do.
I tried to pay for it.
Christ.
Sir, would you mind not putting the rents there? Isn't this how I get my bill paid for? No, sir. That's how you go to jail.
This episode is a fucking Hindenburg train wreck.
Speaking of Hindenburg, isn't that German?
Yes.
Or Russian? Isn't it KGB?
KGB is Russian. Hindenburg is German. Oh, the humanity.
Dude, speaking of that, that's just, that whole Cold War shit was crazy.
That's quite the segue.
Have you ever, seriously,
did you ever think of how come in the Cold War nothing was actually that cold?
No, seriously. It's just because it got me thinking about it. A lot of fucked up shit was going on, like experimenting with mental capabilities, psychological capabilities.
Well, that was Nazi Germany.
Not just Germany.
Hitler was massively in the occult. He was so interested in the occult and interdimensional things.
But move forward, shout out Stranger Things, based in the 80s. It was like near the end of the Cold War, where they were trying all these psychological experiments. Of course, that movie kind of plays on the interdimensional being sort of aspect of it.
Is that where the whole number 11 thing comes from?
L.
I watched.
It's actually a good show when you get into it.
It's so hard for me. Sometimes no, I don't. I was going to say sometimes I feel like left out with some of these TV shows, but I really don't. It's so hard for me to sit down and watch any TV show.
This one,
I always find myself doing other things.
It's cool because I don't know. Me and the boy took a big interest in it because once we got past the first 3-4 episodes, and you finally start to see what's going on, it's like, this is cool. Then the second season came out, and it took a whole direct approach. This thing that they're battling realizes
what is it?
It's an interdimensional being.
Wow.
And not interdimensional. What's the word?
What do they call it?
Demogorgon.
Yes, that's right.
So basically, the universe, the dimension that this creature lives in, it's in our dimension. It's like two worlds existing not over top of each other, within each other.
Right. At
the same time. Except one is the dimension we're in, where we see everything what's going on. And then the other dimension that this creature lives in, it's the apex predator. Nothing else lives in this dimension because it's not, these are demonic creatures or whatever. You don't know. You don't even know if they're demonic. You don't know. You only find out that they have that evil intention in the third season where they're taking over the one kid the one dude who's like a teenage brother who's a lifeguard, and they're like forcing people to let the monster put something in them.
Wait, is this an after-school special or?
No, it's another Pornhub reference.
Do you think there's interdimensional beings? Other dimensions?
Honest opinion, yeah. It's hard, only because it goes back to the the aspect of like creationism versus evolutionary theory. You know, like it's hard to think that. Excuse me. It's hard to think that there's no higher power out there. It's hard to believe that there's no higher being or higher power out there. But it is also kind of fucking hard to believe that somebody has said, you know what? Boop, there's the world. I feel like putting somebody on it. Boop, there's people. It's hard to believe both sides. Is there a lot of evidence backing up the evolutionary theory versus creationism? Yeah, but I could also come up with a totally bullshit line of reasoning as to why the sky is blue, and if I can find any facts, any evidence that could support it, even in the slightest bit, it could be taken as a theory. That's what theories are.
This sounds like flat earthers.
What do you mean?
As soon as that argument sounds like something a flat earther would say. They would look for any little thing they could use to be like, look, this is a possibility that the earth is flat, and then turn it into an entire study.
Well, like you said, on the last one we talked about, the Big Bang. There's nothing. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, anything, anybody can come up with a theory with any sort of evidence to back it up that could support it. And if it develops enough credibility, it could become something that's taught.
Right.
Like evolutionism. You know, the whole higher power, stuff like that. I do believe, like, you don't. So, for example, antimatter. Do you know, like
95% of everything?
Do you know, like,
dark matter?
Dark matter. They've been able to find these spots in space where there's nothing. Like, they can detect something, but they can't identify.
Right.
And they believe that that's dark matter, antimatter. I mean, I don't know. It just goes into that.
Well, then there's we only perceive everything in science through our own senses. And that goes as far as even the things we program, like computers, to evidently measure and read and observe other things that are beyond our senses. It's still kind of ignorance.
Yeah.
Because it's just through things that how we understand things. Do you think that we are anywhere near or closer to discovering a way to, if there is other dimensions, reach them? If you talk about, there's people that say there are, and it's through taking psychedelics. In all seriousness, there's people that say, DMT.
Okay.
Taking that psychedelic, a lot of people get out-of-body experiences, and there's so many, specifically Joe Rogan preaches it all the time. There's a lot of people that have come on his show and talk about taking DMT and having a life-changing experience where they completely shift everything, like every preconceived thought they ever had in life was just like a 180 or just changed, and however, after taking DMT. Some of them claim to talk to interdimensional beings and like have like this moment of bliss or truth. Other ones just look at themselves basically through somebody else's eyes, but they get to see, because anyone else who sees you sees a condensed version of who you are, what you are. Mm-hmm. Only you know who you are. Well, DMT supposedly is be able to have you look at yourself with 100% knowing who you are. So it's almost like you split into two personalities, looking at yourself and be like, wow. So you basically become a true judge of you without any kind of ego in the way, protecting yourself, bullshitting yourself. The thing where quote unquote haters come from. So when pretty much everybody's notorious for this. When somebody is doing something and they're exceeding at it, and you have this tendency to bullshit yourself by saying, well, the only reason they're doing this is, well, they'll probably not do that great at it, or why are you doing that? Like, you're not going to go anywhere with it. It's a bullshit thing. It's a defense tactic that everybody fucking has. Oh, everybody does it on some scale or another. DMT is supposed to be able to, like, I guess, take that out of you, that ego out of you, and force you to look at yourself. I want to try DMT.
Let's do it.
You gotta go down to fucking, like, South America or some shit like that to do it.
Okay, I'll make a few phone calls.
No, because I want to do it the right way. Because you're supposed to go down to what? You're supposed to go down to, like, this tribe, and they give you this, like, fucking wheatgrass shit drink to clear your system and, like, balance everything or whatever. And then you take the DMT and you have this experience. And, like,
so you need a flush.
I want to do it the right way.
So you need a flush.
What if I come out of it and I'm fucking binary or something? Or like a non-binary after I think I'm a tree. What the fuck?
I mean, hey, to each his own. You're still going to find people out there that want to bang you.
No, some
but
people want to put their penis inside of a tree.
I don't know. Like, I think...
Going way back, yeah. So interdimensional.
Sorry.
You abuse that thing.
I know. I beat the shit out of it like it's my own dick.
I know. Or it's a kid. That's not yours.
No, there's no bruises on it.
Oh.
Well, I guess there's bruises on me. So yeah, maybe. No, but do I think that we are in any way, shape, or form capable of reaching them?
What the fuck did I just say?
About being able to reach these other dimensions. I think we're just, honestly, I mean, I genuinely think in the form of, in any way, shape, or form of communication, we have still yet to touch the surface. I mean, when we get to the point when we're literally communicating without even speaking, then I think we'll be on that plane where we can start to scratch the surface of even being able to touch these places.
Don't you think we're going in that direction now?
Yeah.
I mean, you think,
but I don't think we're there yet.
Oh, no, we're not there yet. But, I mean, everyone has cell phones.
Yeah.
Which, and I've not really preached, but just mentioned this multiple times to different people. That wasn't convenient enough, so we got the watches or whatever. Because, this isn't good enough.
Beam me down, Scotty.
So we have to have this, because this is better for whatever reason. Now, they're talking about chips to actually go, so it basically behind or next to your eye or something like that, so you can actually just see everything that you can scroll on your phone. So you can think of a number, and you can think of a website, or it's like, oh, Google this. Basically,
not a good idea.
Basically,
not a good idea.
Hey Alexa, in your face.
I'm gonna be sitting there driving the truck 4 hours into a drive, and it'd be like, I feel like watching the port.
But this is what you're talking about, just thinking. But this is what you're talking about, just thinking something. Like, we're on our way.
But that's just, but we don't have the technology. I mean, we're working on it, yeah. But I mean, I'm talking about to the point where chips or no chips. I can literally sit here and say to you, hey, dude, let's go grab a beer and a burger without opening my mouth. But I shoot that shit. I really do beat the fuck out of this thing. I can just shoot that to you without even opening. I can just be chilling, wake up, think, okay, think the crystal, hey, I'm going to go do this. Without even saying a word. When we get to that point where we can communicate, even if it is technology based, where we don't have to open our mouths, we don't have to do anything. Not only are we going to be 500 fucking pounds apiece, but I think then, and only then, when we get to that level of being able to communicate, will we be able to start scratching that surface. Because I genuinely think you're talking about like the speed of light, and you're talking about
the speed of light. It's like 3 million
miles per second.
Oh, what the hell? I can't remember.
It's up there.
I know sound
over
is
a
like
million.
600 and some miles per hour.
No,
Sound?
it's like 3. Hold on. Speed for sale? Of sound.
Why is my address on there?
343 meters per second.
For sound?
Yep.
So it's like 900 feet.
Hold on.
Almost 1,000 feet per second.
$767.2 miles per hour.
Right.
So we're both wrong. Speed of light. What the fuck?
It's like 3 million something, isn't it?
It's more than that. Hold on, let me try that again because I just backed out by accident. It is, that's 670,616,629 miles per hour.
All right. So it's a little fast.
Yeah, a little fast. But then, even then, and this is what I mean by like, get to that level, because the speed of light, fastest thing in existence.
It's the speed of information.
But gravity can bend it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm talking about.
Gravity can trap it,
Black holes.
which is that's oh my god. We're not even high or anything. This is fucking blow your mind.
Dude, I would love, like...
Do you think that our interface with technology is our next natural step in our own evolution?
Oh, yeah. I think...
Part of me believes so as well.
I think... I mean, look at the new RoboCop movie. Did you ever see that one?
Mm-mm.
It's actually good. They get to the point where now it's literally like it's wired into you, like limbs, like amputees are getting limbs.
Yeah,
Like,
which they have that.
There's one scene where there's a guy playing a guitar, and he goes, "Now it's not your real arm, but you have to think of it like it's your real arm. If you forget that you have a fake anatomic limb or whatever, and just think you're really playing with your real hands, it will sound like you never lost your arm." The guy's like, "But I know this. You got to get past that."
Mm-hmm.
And he starts playing the guitar, and it sounds really good, but then he messes up. He goes, "See?" He says, "No, stop. You are doing good." He's trying to convince him to think of it like a real limb. We're not there. We're not there, but...
That's interesting, because that seems like something that we would do, like a programming like that would, again, there goes chips in your face. Like that would be the start of something like that.
But I think...
And then until someone hacks you and you're jerking off in public. It's not me. What you say? My actions aren't my own.
God damn it, James, I knew I shouldn't have given you my login information. Oh, I can't stop. Charlie, I turned off the system an hour ago. I know, but it feels so good.
I walk around the corner and say, what the hell are you doing? That's not me.
I'm free.
It must have been a delayed third-party controller, right?
No, but like, what's the new one? With Keanu Reeves in the game.
Something like 2077 or whatever the hell it is.
Punk's, no.
Yeah, it's
Cyberpunk.
Yeah, Cyberpunk
2077 or something like that.
Yeah.
I think this interfacing with technology that we've come to the point, I think moving past that, it's going to get to the point where you are going to have cybernetic altercations. Or not altercations.
Probably.
Modifications. Where, you are going to get people to the point where they've developed a perfect limb for an amputee to use, then all of a sudden people are like, whoa, bet you if I had some robotic legs. It's a risky operation, but it'll be worth it.
So basically...
like any metal legs.
So basically we're becoming the Borg.
Yeah,
Resistance is futile.
Except I would have banged her. I don't think anybody would bang me. Like
The weird hive Borg thing.
the chick that touches Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
Lucky chick. He's gay. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart.
Sir Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart is.
I believe so.
Because Ian was it McNellen or whatever or
Ian McKnight. No, I know
that was Magneto.
Yeah.
And was also in a whole bunch of things, Lord of the Rings and the Da Vinci Code. I know he is.
Ooh, I apologize.
Mom.
I do apologize, Sir Patrick Stewart. He is not gay.
I didn't think so.
Ian McKellen.
That was news to me.
Ian McKellen.
Yeah, I know he is.
Yes, Sir Ian.
Yeah, Gandalf.
Sir Ian McKellen.
Gandalf is a little fruity. But
Sir, was Ozzy ever? Sir, was that Ozzy ever knighted?
I highly doubt it.
I think he was.
I would be shocked if Ozzy was knighted along with Patrick Stewart and Sean Connery. Like that. Which one does not belong? Sean Connery was awesome. Sean Connery was awesome as Indiana Jones's father.
Oh, there's a petition to get him knighted. Ozzy.
I'd be shocked if that even gets anywhere near like that.
Oh, why not, dude? The Prince of Darkness?
That nickname alone, you really think they're gonna have
You
Sean
realize
Connery, Patrick Stewart,
Sir Ian McKellen, Sir Elton John,
and Ozzy
Why
Osbourne.
is it? I don't know. I always feel the need to say the Sir because they've earned it.
Well, that's what they are. But
Sir Sean Connery,
and then Ozzy, Sir Ozzy Osbourne.
Actually, you know his name isn't Ozzy. It's what's his real name? John. Sir Jonathan Oswald.
Phyllis.
What is Ozzy?
We got fact checkers galore today.
John Michael Osborne.
No.
Sir John Michael Osborne. Sir John Michael Osborne. That has a fucking ring to it.
Yeah, but everyone.
Sir Elton.
Everyone would be who?
Sir Ozzy.
Yeah. Oh. Rodney King. Who's Rodney King? Oh, he was that guy.
Oh, Jesus. But yeah. I mean, but that's just it. If you want to talk about human modifications, technology interfacing, it's going to be like, it's funny how history's going to repeat itself. Like steroids. Look at steroids. Modifications, human enhancements. Oh, should these people who have cybernetic limbs be allowed to play in sports with people without?
Oh my God.
And then it's going to evolve to the point where you can't compete in sports anymore without cybernetic enhancements.
We're already there now with like men that want to be women that are competing in women's sports, specifically contact sports, more specifically combat sports, which that's a huge thing, which I am completely dead set against that. I mean, there was that one in the UFC, I think it was UFC. I don't remember the fighters' names. I remember watching the fight, and she, air quotes, kick the ever-living shit out of this real broad. Is anybody fucking home? Like, are we that far gone, that delusional? Like, oh yeah, I'm a girl. Like, if that's the case, I'm gonna be a girl. I'm gonna go fighting you. Actually, probably most of them would kick my ass anyway. But give me about 5 or 7 years of training, intense training.
Except for Ronda Rousey.
Oh, she can kick my ass anyway.
She's
always pregnant now. By her boyfriend, who's much larger than us.
I'll take him. I'll kick his ass. One punt. Fuck you, of course.
Charlie Soto is his name. Nah. You read that?
What'd you say about my wife? Nothing. I mean, I would never say anything to a man of your size. Kick his ass, whatever Ronda Rousey's boyfriend's name is.
Let's just call him Seabass. Go ahead, Seabass.
Well, if that guy over there isn't Seabass.
That was one of the questions Rich asked me earlier. He's like, what's your favorite movie? And I'm like, oh, God. I thought about it for a while, and I'm like, I'll let you watch the whole thing after, but I'm like, you know what? Dumb and Dumber. He's like, oh, he goes, that's surprising. I go, well, it's fun. I go, it's hilarious. And he goes, it's nonsense. I go, yeah, it's nonsense or whatever. I go, but if you boil it down, I go, it's two really close buddies that just cross the country for this chick, and they go through a shit ton of stuff, and they come back, and like they're just like doesn't change their friendship at all during the whole thing.
They literally go from like
I was like, that's awesome.
To the point where any normal human would have died with ingesting that much X-Lax or whatever colon blow.
Anything.
A teaspoon a day to stay regular.
That's why I want you to stay regular. 1/2 teaspoon for fast, effective relief. That's probably my all-time favorite movie.
I saw an interview. Oh, Clint Eastwood. Jeff Daniels was doing an interview a little ways back, and he goes,
doesn't he love that movie?
Yeah, Clint Eastwood?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
he
goes, he said, Jeff Daniels, you know, they asked Jeff about that. So he goes, yeah, the best thing, one of the funniest moments that came from that was talking to Clint Eastwood. And the interviewer kind of gave him a look. He goes, Clint Eastwood goes, you know that scene where you had to go to the bathroom? He's like, yeah. He goes, that was funny. That really happened to me. And he goes, so I felt your pain or something like that. And Jeff's like, of all people, Clint Eastwood comes up and says, I laughed. I liked your movie. It's one of my favorites because of that. And the connection I had with that scene. It's like, what the fuck? You got to ask yourself one question.
I remember.
Did I eat tacos?
As a kid, the one scene that still makes me chuckle, it's very simple, but when Lloyd Christmas and Mary Swanson are in the hotel and he's like going over practicing what he's going to say to her when she's in the bathroom, and she walks out and goes, I thought I heard you talking to someone. And he gets up and he's like, Mary, I desperately want to make love to a schoolboy. Maybe I should go, no, wait, that's not what I meant. And it's not even that. The part that made me just crack up laughing was, what do you think the chances are of a guy like you and a girl like me ending up together? That line.
Well, not good.
Yeah. Not good, like 1 out of 100.
More like 1 out of 1,000,000. So you're
that,
telling me there's a chance.
That guy like you, girl like me line, I cracked up laugh at, what was I? It was 10 when that movie came. No, that movie came out in what, 92?
Yeah. We weren't even 10 yet.
So, yeah, I was 8. I cracked up during that line, and even to this day, like I don't know, I just love that movie.
Well, that's like
that was one of those rare movies that just like it just hits on every chord, and like man, that's a hard thing. Comedy is a hard thing to do.
Well, that's like Green Day, my favorite band, one of my favorites. Basket Case. There's the line, I went to a whore. He said my life's a bore, so quit my whining because it's bringing her down. When I hear that every time I hear that lyric, I go, huh. And then I go back to doing whatever I'm doing.
He said
my life's a bore, so quit my whining because it's bringing her down.
I almost covered that song.
If you read the lyrics, it says it. I ever tell you about...
That's one of those like lyrics that you sing and it's like... It just kind of catches you for a split second, but you keep singing anyway. Like he said,
you don't skip a beat, you just keep going, and you're like, he's banging a female/male hooker. Oh,
yeah,
okay,
it's weird.
So quit my whining.
Yeah, quit my whining. That's usually when people come back. Like, okay, I guess I will quit my whining anyway.
No, but yeah, I don't know that.
What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie?
All time. He asked me my favorite horror movie, too. I'm like, dude, it would take me like an hour to ponder. Because I have to watch them all different. It's hard. It's a hard one to answer.
It is, because there's so many movies that want to jump to my head.
I don't know if I'm going to... I think I'll put that interview as a separate video. Just an offshoot. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's hard to say because there's so many movies. Like, do I go by the ones I know the best? Do I go by the one that if I see it, I almost have to watch it every time? Fuck. There's two of them. And
That's not even like Dumb and Dumber for me though. Like I adore it. I've seen it so many times. Like
yeah.
but because there's a whole bunch of movies I could have thrown in there. Funny though that no Godzilla movie, no horror movie, like none of those really popped into my head as my all-time favorite movie. I think my all-time favorite genre is horror. Like, actually, I can't even say that. But I think that would be a cross between horror and science fiction, or monster flicks, kaiju. Like,
I love the science fiction movies.
I just like.
I love horror. I love kung fu. I love comedy. I love action.
Kung fu's good. The over-the-top crazy kung fu is
fantastic.
I love movies. It's hard for me to watch a movie that's based completely in our reality, i.e., chick flicks. Well, when I go to movies, I watch movies specifically for the reason to escape reality for an hour and a half, 2 hours. That's why horror movies, monster movies, things that are not going to happen, obviously, that's what I want to see. I want to see over the top. I want to see Star Wars. I want to see like just monster bashes in the middle of cities. I want to see a slasher have a body count of 28 people. I want to see things to get away from reality, to escape to basically a theme park in my head for 2 hours. Like sitting down and watching.
If I have to pick one, and I don't give a fuck what you say.
Scary Movie 2.
No, not even close, actually.
Actually, I like Scary Movie 2.
Scary Movie 2 is the best out of all of them.
Yes, it was.
Fucking gonna regret this. The Labyrinth.
Why? It was an awesome movie. I own it.
So do I.
It was an awesome movie.
You
know what I could say that rivals that, though? There's a couple movies that I say rival it. I wouldn't even say rival it, but are right up there in the same like kind of genre, or like that corner of genre, is The Labyrinth, The Dark Crystal, and Legend.
Legend, yes.
All of those, I can watch all of those. I can marathon those three in any order. It doesn't matter, but those three, because that's fantasy. The fantasy aspect in those is just, it was a different time.
Yeah.
Strict different time. You watch any three of those and just, again, that's being taken away from reality and be like, wow. And then when the little midget thing in Labyrinth calls your mother's a faggot, that's always special too.
When they're changing the blocks, the arrows.
Clear as day.
Your mother's a faggot.
Clear as day. Never picked up on it though until it was brought to my attention, and then just a month or two ago rewatched it, and there it was, that scene, and your mother's a faggot. I'm like, yeah, I guess they do say it.
But yeah, no, I gotta agree with those three. Those three are marathon, and I hate to say it like this, but those three are probably like I could easily rewatch.
And they're even if you want to even boil it down even further, all three of those are different kinds. They're like the Labyrinth. Legend is the most serious of all of them.
Good versus evil, dark versus light.
Just the way it was shot, everything is the most serious. Yeah. There wasn't like comedy or anything in it. Dark Crystal is the most cartoonish and childlike, where Labyrinth is like a perfect balance of the two of them.
Yeah.
I say perfect balance, not like it's better than this one or that one. It's just the three of them.
It found the combination to create a successful movie.
It was serious, but it had funny aspects in it.
David Bowie in tight pants.
David Bowie's balls flipping around, flopping, flippity flop, like.
Well, love.
Oh, what was his? Oh, what the hell's his name from Skid Row? The singer from Skid Row that always wore the super tight spandex.
Oh, fuck!
And he always scream and screech when he sang.
God, I'll fact check it. Fuck it.
It just like that. There's pretty much the same thing there. They're both wearing the same like skin tight pants, basically stockings.
Sebastian Phillip.
Yes, Sebastian Bach. This was Sebastian Bach from Skid Row. Yeah, the skin tight pants.
Life and counting. Good song. But yeah, dude. I mean, come on. 80s into the 90s. Nobody fucking not Tony
That
Little,
was all 80s.
not fucking Gene Simmons.
All three of those.
No,
were
but I'm
80s.
saying his fucking his throne, his legacy carried into the 90s as being the only man that could pull off the pants like that.
Oh, David
Bowie.
Yeah, I don't know who.
Prince, he still wore like.
Prince was the most androgynous. Like I don't. Well,
He was.
You don't even have to talk about that because Dave Chappelle already covered that plenty.
Eat your pancakes, you bitches. Oh.
Have you watched the deleted scenes of that? Like, I put special ingredient in the batter, and then Darnell's like, I'm not gonna try it.
No, but yeah, that's why I don't know. I fucking love that movie though. But a close second to me, like I'll put all three of those in first place. A close second to me, and this is you're gonna laugh at this too. There's two movies tied for second place.
Brokeback Mountain.
No, Grandma's Boy and
It was awesome.
William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet
Which one?
with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh,
I don't know what it
I
is.
don't think I've watched that since 96 or 7. So it's years. Decades.
Don't know what it is about that movie, but if anybody, even if you put it on the computer right now, I'm like, oh, that's one of those movies that when I see it's on, it's like I gotta watch it now. I don't know why.
A serious tone odd job movie like that I basically adore.
Like it's almost outlandish realism. If that makes any sense. You got guys like dueling with guns, talking like they're from the Shakespeare era, and they're all about family and bloodline and turf wars. It's like this is like doesn't it's so does it, it's so it's to the point where it doesn't work so terribly that it works. If that makes sense.
I can't think of a movie like, at least something like that really sticks out. Like, there's a lot of serious movies I do like. War movies. I think war movies, not Pearl Harbor. Like, that was like really Hollywoodish.
Saving Private Ryan.
That one's, everyone goes to that. But the
one.
movie Glory.
Yep.
That I thought was fantastic.
I also like the ones that push the boundaries, that mix, like sci-fi and horror, like Event Horizon.
Yes, that was awesome.
Great movie. They're talking about inner space travel with black holes, going to an alternate dimension, an evil demonic dimension, and bringing back possessed a ship. Fucking, that's one of my favorites.
That was a movie that, it wasn't ahead of its time. It just was. It was overlooked for a long time, and really only in the last 5 years or so it really got the.
Let me put it to you this way, and when I say it, because I've put it to this, I've told people this reference a few times. You remember in Karate Kid 2 when Mr. Miyagi's boom hits that nail in perfect, one shot. That's what Event Horizon was when it came out. They're like, bam! They hit the nail in so perfect, people went by and overlooked it. They missed the fact that nail was driven perfectly straight. It was set up, and then it was hit home.
I think the fact that Sam Neill was in it, and everyone saw him as the Jurassic Park guy, and then suddenly
Lawrence Fishburne too.
What the hell's he doing in this sci-fi movie horror? And people, I think, watched it, and they're like, "This isn't. Where's the dinosaurs?"
Yeah,
I think that's one of those things where you're in a movie that's so big. Just people expect that kind of caliber movie from you, then you suddenly come out with this small independent, not even independent, but just a small sci-fi horror flick, and everyone's like, what the fuck is this?
How about that scene with his wife who kills herself when you see her without her eyes?
Mm-hmm. When they're up in the ducks?
Bet you she never saw it coming.
Stupid. Done with these stupid dad jokes. I'm done.
Adios, amigos.